Mic one, check two. Mic one, check two. What's up, everybody? How's it going? What's going on? Could you guys hear me? How's the audio? Waiting for Lewis to join. Hopefully he joins. We did leave a comment a few minutes ago. Could you guys hear me okay? Could you guys let me know, please? Aid Pudding Tane. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, so Lewis messaged me a few minutes ago. So hopefully he shows up. Hey, what's up, Tyler Thomas? You want me to speak Spanglish? Tyler? Volume is good. Thanks a lot. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm waiting for Lewis. He left a comment a few minutes ago on one of my videos saying that he wanted to get on the live stream. So here I am. I'm just waiting for him to join. Hopefully he gets the link that I sent him. I'll just drop it on here as well. I'll drop the link right there in case he joins. So let me just read one of the comments that Lewis left a few minutes ago. Lewis said, I had 38 minutes ago, Lewis said, I had to call in 2 dead bodies this week, including my Uncle Bill next door, Patriot Bill. I also helped to break up a sex trafficking ring this week. So sorry I'm late, but if you would like to do a live stream tonight, I'll be at one of the 3 enclaves of families and children that are thriving at Slab City that I helped to establish, and they have plenty of power and light and Wi-Fi there. Or we could do it early in the morning while it's cool out, and I could give you a tour. So he left that 38 minutes ago, one of my videos, and then I responded. I asked him if he could do it today and tonight, and he said yes. He said he was tired, but he said yes. So hopefully he joins. Hey, what's up, Wayne? How's it going? Wayne Kagsmarek. That's how you pronounce your last name, Kagsmarek. Let's see how are you doing tonight, Carlos? Nice seeing you, man. Nice seeing you too, Wayne. Could you see my comment? Yes, I could see your comments. I could see your comments, Wayne. So I'm waiting on Lewis. But in the meantime, how's everybody doing? Hey, what's up, Melissa Goodwin? I think that I had you on Facebook, Melissa. Melissa Goodwin. How are you? Yeah, but as you guys know, that it's been extremely hot, and there's been a few slabbers that have sub succumbed to the heat, and so Lewis wants to talk a little bit about that. So hopefully he joins in. Oh, there he is. Hey, there you are, Lewis. Let me send you the link again, man. Hey, Lewis, I just dropped the link right there in the chat. I also left it in the comment section, the comment thread that we were communicating, so you could join in the chat. Wayne says, thanks, Carlos. Hey, man, I tell you what, it's getting crazy over here in Illinois. I'm getting ready to move out. What's up, Lewis?
What's up, girl? I ain't
Oh,
Lewis.
that ain't Lewis. That's St. James.
I was trying to come up and buy some time until Lewis got in.
Okay, cool, nice, man. So, yeah, so Lewis is already. Oh, there he is. Daddy's right there.
Daddy.
Yeah, so you could. Okay, cool. Well, what's up, Lewis? Can
What's
you hear
up?
me?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in and out over here as the lights come on and off, but
That's all right, man.
yeah, I'm up here with my fam. Look at this beautiful
What's
camp
up,
we built.
Lewis?
Look at this. We got chickens. We got garden. We got about 8 families up here. This is the second. Well, this was the first of 3 enclaves that was built in Slab City. Uh, we walled the half-mile radius and started moving children and families into these camps, and it's awesome. So the reason the pile exists down there by Salvation Mountain is so I could vet people. I may go next door and introduce you to some of the people that I sent up here, because some people come to my camp and I'm like, oh, you're good people. You're not hard drug users. You're good. Come swim in the pool with us. So I
So what?
actually helped to place a lot of families in this neighborhood.
Yeah. So what camp are you at right now? What is the name of the camp?
Wouldn't you like to know? There's children here, so I ain't telling you. Too bad.
Okay.
But there's
Uh,
3 of them. But there's
that's all
three of
right.
them, and if you want to come see them, you can come see them. I'm looking at TV's house from here.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, there's a pretty thriving community here. There's another one down on the canal, and we're going to start a third one soon. And already there's around 30 children and half as many adults in these 2 enclaves. I counted today here 15 adults. Um, we have the kids in a beautiful house in Nyland while it's hot. So they only come up here and go to the pool. We've been doing renovations and killing ourselves. But it's been a hard week. I meant everything I told you in that message.
Right. Right.
4 people died in 5 days in the slabs, which is totally normal for the summertime, unfortunately. One of them was my Uncle Bill. You interviewed him and everything. But think about this: the 2 people who died in my neighborhood, both times, when somebody finds a loved one or a campmate dead or dying, what's the first thing they do is say, call daddy. Both times, right? Every year, every summer, because I'm a monster, you know?
I have a few questions when I can get around to it, Carlos.
Oh, I can't wait. I promise to answer honestly, even if that is, I don't want to tell you.
second, James. You have a question, Tyler?
Yeah. Where did the name Daddy come from?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Okay, so I'm Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico is a possession of the United States. I cannot
Yeah.
compare my struggle to the black man's slavery, to women's tens of thousands of years of oppression, to the Holocaust of the Jews, or the brutality towards gay people for who they love. However, all those people in 2023 in the United States of America are free, at least on paper, while my people remain in possession of the United States. Okay, we are
Yeah.
we are a tribal familial culture. Like you hear brother and sister are black people. Well, in Latin America, you hear papi and mommy a lot, right? But when you have so as a possession of the United States, there's no congressman from Puerto Rico. There's no senator from Puerto Rico. If I want to vote for president, I have to move to one of the 50 states because I'm not eligible in my homeland.
All
We're
right.
full
So,
citizens on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Let me finish. You asked, let me finish. It's
I'm
important to
sorry.
me. It's very important to me.
Okay.
Um, it's very important to me because maybe people will understand more, right? So I have an unrepresentative federal government that mandates every public school in Puerto Rico teach English. They don't mandate Spanish, but we teach it anyway, right? But they mandate we have to teach English. So that being the case, you hear papi and mommy all over the Latin world. Well, what the hell does that translate into when you force us to speak English? And that's my first point right there. Right. Number two, the number one selling artist for 3 decades now in Puerto Rico is Daddy Yankee. That's his name. It's not a nickname. That's his name. My mother died 3 months ago. She told me Daddy today she died. Bill the
Yeah.
Bill called me that.
Lewis,
Anja
I
called
don't
me
want to
that.
interrupt you. You have a lot of wind going on, brother. I can't hear you too well.
Yeah, I live in one of the harshest
I'm sorry.
environments.
I told you.
Well, but that's where it comes from. Also, listen, I'm from Harlem. Y'all need to get some flavor. I was born in Harlem and raised in the Bronx. I'm a Puerto Rican. My parents are from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico. In all three of
So
those places, if I walk
from
up to
Puerto
any
Rico.
man in the street, if I walk up to any man on 125th Street or in the Bronx or Mayagüez, and I say, "What time is it, Daddy?" He's gonna say, "It's 2 o'clock, baby." I'm allowed
Okay.
to have my culture.
All right.
Also, self-identified. It's self-identified. It's self-identified. If one of us is not equal, no one is equal. That is the definition of equality. So I let people call me what they want. But if you don't call me daddy, well, it's not sexual. I don't fuck Bill the Bill. Yo,
It was just a question
and I
I
didn't
had.
name myself. Yeah,
It
no,
seems,
I love it that that was the first question because
yeah.
people mistake
I
it for
love you
something it's
too,
not.
brother. I love you too,
People
brother.
mistake it for something that it's not, which I have valid reasons and I'm allowed. I thought this was freedom, and I thought I could self-identify name, orientation, and
Yeah,
all
you
that.
could do whatever you love, bro.
My culture is valid too.
Good,
I got
brother.
20 children here who call me Uncle Louie, Uncle Louie or Uncle Daddy. 20 children. I'm doing something right.
Yeah. All good, brother.
All right. So that's why I call myself Daddy. Plus, I do the job. I mean, come spend the night over here. You won't die. I do the job.
I have a second question if you would like to hear it.
I would love all the questions.
All right. My second question is, I heard from someone that you are harboring Domino and her man, and they're like
What's
the
harboring?
worst,
Yes, I hang out with criminals in Slab City. Absolutely,
the
100% right.
worst, the
Bullshit.
worst.
Bullshit. You know her?
Can I finish?
I know
Can
her.
I finish my question or no?
I know her.
Can I finish my question or no?
Uh, shit.
All right.
Yeah, but
All right.
what
So,
is harboring?
taking into your camp somebody that has been
Yes,
stealing
I do
and is
not turn someone away
obviously.
in need.
I can't finish my
Well, that's
question if you don't let me finish, bro.
you can. You can. I'm sorry for your handicap. I talk and listen at the same time.
All right. Yeah. But you have to listen to my question. So,
I don't have to do shit, but I
no, you
will.
don't have to do shit, bro. But thank you. I appreciate you for
I
listening.
hear your question. I hear your question. I'm sorry you can't listen and talk at the same time. I can.
Okay. I can't do that. I have to ask the question.
Okay, well, Domino's a good
You're,
person. She's allowed my camp anytime. Yes, absolutely. No problem.
so what I was told is a lot of people don't like you because you take in people that like Domino and Scrap that steal
Oh,
from
like
people and
Jesus with
they're
the
obviously
Jesus, right?
meth in it.
Thieves, thieves and murderers and like Jesus, right? Hookers and stuff,
No,
like Jesus, right?
I just think they're on meth.
Didn't Jesus
I
do
didn't
that?
say anything
No.
about murders or
Am
anything.
I wrong? Did Jesus do that or
I
not?
I didn't
Who did
say
Jesus
anything
hang
like
out with?
that. I said you're
I'm
taking in
saying it.
people that
I'm
people
saying it.
don't like.
Too fucking bad. You're welcome.
That was my only question. Do you do that, and why do you do that?
Why do I do it? Why don't you do it? Like I said, what
I'm
would
not in
Jesus do?
Slab City.
Jesus hung out.
I
Well,
don't know.
Jesus hung out with thieves and hookers and murderers in the desert with long hair, with a hemp robe, and bring the booze to the party.
Did they
I
steal
love them, and
anything
I
from
refuse to turn
you?
my
Did
back
they
on
steal
them.
anything from you
Here's
while
the
you
thing.
were
Here's
at
the
your
thing.
camp? That was a question.
No, because you can't steal from me because I don't own anything. Because it's garbage on the side of the road, and every human and animal life in my camp is more
Yeah.
valuable to me than any material possession. And here's the sad part. I know this person, and you don't.
Yeah,
So
you're correct.
maybe I'm more right
You're
about her
absolutely
character than
correct.
you are. Maybe I'm more right
Kick
about her
Jose
character
off
than
here,
you are.
bro. Fuck Jose.
Yeah, I love Domino. And we all bad kids out here. We all bad kids out here.
Kick Jose.
I'm from the project in the South Bronx. I know. And nothing new to
I
me, and she's
understand
not a
that. I was
monster.
just asking. I
She's
was
a
just
she's a.
asking a
Is that Jose
thinking.
Sanders? Is
Yeah,
that
it's
Jose?
Jose. You
Listen to my Good Job Buddy interview. Jose Sanders robbed flabbers who were hiking the Appalachian Trail, and then interviewed a pedophile
okay?
for days. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna tell you
I
like I
just
told Good
Jose's a
Job
I
Buddy.
just
Like,
lunatic.
kicked him out.
Is what he is.
I just kicked him out of
okay,
the.
good.
I just kicked him out because he was being disrespectful.
Yes, it's not about disrespectful. Like, I don't want to be on any kind of like program with him. Go to Good Job Buddy and listen to an interview with him from 3 years ago,
Okay,
and I tell
okay,
you what happened. I know Jose.
okay, okay,
Jose's a bad person.
okay.
Lewis,
And you want to talk about Domino? So you want to talk about Domino, and you got
I
Jose
have
on here. You see?
I have one more topic if you would like to talk about it. And this is not my interview, it's Carlos, and I feel like I'm taking it over, and I feel
No,
like
I'm
that's
open to
fine.
any
No,
questions.
go ahead,
I'm
Tyler. Go
open
ahead.
to all questions. I'll answer
all
them
right,
all.
brother. All right, Lewis. When you went out to the slabs, you and Evan went out there together. And
Barely, but yeah, sure. We arrived at the same time.
you know what I mean. Yeah, you arrived at the same time.
Yeah, my bike
Um
broke down, and I jumped on a
for
Greyhound, and I
me
met him on a Greyhound.
for me, looking at you now compared to when you got there, you look less than you were. Like you look
Well,
you I
that's
and I love you, brother, but you don't look good.
that's not what the ladies say. First of all, second of all,
I ain't
I
no
kick your ass
ladies.
in kung fu, so I'm pretty fit. Third of all, I'm
I
loved
ain't
and beloved around here. I'm beloved. Like,
I'm
don't
just
get it
saying
twisted.
it hurts my heart that
Who are you? Google
you
me and Google you. Why should I care about your opinion, Boogie?
I'm asking a question. I'm not giving an opinion.
You're asking a question, but it's in the form of
Yeah.
an insult, saying I don't look as good. I never
It's
been in
not
better
an
shape in my
insult
life.
at all, brother.
I
It's not
never
an
been in better
insult
shape
at
in my
all.
life. Sorry, you don't like it.
I'm
It's called pre and feral. I don't comb my hair and dress like I'm
uh,
supposed to because I don't have a job. I have too much work to do. So yes, I live in the
for
desert. It's
me
120
looking at
degrees. I'm sweaty and
can
I'm
I
dirty and
speak?
I love it.
Can I speak?
Yeah, I don't control your mouth, sir.
All
I'm
right,
sorry for your handicap.
but I can't talk over you. I don't want to do that.
Well, I'm sorry for your handicap. I'll try.
All right, thank you.
If your handicap, don't
The
know mine.
light in your eyes when you got there has gone away. Like
Bullshit.
you look
Bullshit.
okay. It's
Just
just
bullshit.
what
Plain
I
bullshit.
see. That's
Well,
my
who are you
opinion.
and do
That's
you
what I
know
see.
me? Do you know me? Have you ever looked me directly in the eye either of those times? And,
No.
come spend a day with me while I teach children music out here, while I do CPR, while I hold the dying, and tell me I don't have light in my eye.
I'm just saying my
What's the
opinion
reason?
on how you look, brother.
Sorry you can't recognize it. I look different because I don't live in Babylon anymore. I
Do
was
you
the same
have
dude, too. I'm the same
Also,
person.
do you have hepatitis C? Did you get that there?
I do
Because
not
you
have
have something
hepatitis C. I
going
didn't.
on. You
Yeah,
have
I do
something
have
going
something
on
going
with
on. I
your
do, but
body,
it's not
and I
hepatitis
don't like
C.
that.
Nothing like that. It's not a. It's from an injury. That scar
Oh,
tissue
okay.
has blocked off
All right. All
circulation
right.
to certain organs. It's
I'm
nothing
sorry. I'm
contagious.
sorry to
It's
hear
nothing
that.
from.
I'm sorry to hear that you have that
I'm
going on.
grateful. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful because even though I'm in pain and I can't get out of bed a couple of days a week, the other days
Why are
I'm
you
so
grateful
grateful
for that?
because pain is proof of life, and I ain't afraid of a little pain. You know, there's no pain in the afterlife, and there's no pain in your dream.
I
So
was just
it means I'm
asking.
alive and awake. It means I have another
I
day
was
to
just
make a
asking
difference.
what your issues were, and I
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to hear that you
I'm not
have that.
aggressive. I'm Hispanic and I talk loud, and people love it on the range stage because when he sings loud. But I just
I was just
sound that way.
addressing your
Yeah.
issues,
Oh, I'm not arguing with
and
you. I'm just telling you.
and I'm
My
sorry
voice
that
is
you
loud.
have those.
I have a tone issue. I'm not sorry. I wouldn't trade with you.
Uh,
True. It's true. I love my life.
yeah,
Sorry. Sorry, my light went out.
I'm glad that you love
Yeah.
your life, bro. Nobody said anything wrong with that.
Yeah. I'm sitting here in a place that I help establish with a dozen children thriving.
It's cool, bro.
You could not
I
like me.
was
I didn't come here
asked.
to be liked. There's a
I
popularity
love you.
contest I won when I walked in the door.
You're
Yeah,
not
you know,
listening
I
to
was
what I'm
famous when I
saying.
got here.
I love you,
I
brother,
am.
and
I'm
you're not
sorry for your
listening.
handicap. You're saying you love me. I could repeat everything you're saying. Again, it's your handicap, not mine.
Okay.
I'm to watch a football team during the Super Bowl. They all talk and listen at the same time. Watch a rocket launch on C-SPAN. They all talk and listen at the
Mm,
same time. Soldiers in the invasion. Yada yada yada. I'm one of those people.
okay.
I don't sit on my
Yada
ass.
yada yada.
I don't get
Right.
paid to take a shit.
Go ahead.
I
I'll
can
just
talk and
let you
listen.
talk. I'll let you and
All
Carlos
right.
talk.
Well, I mean, it's fine. I hope I answered your question, but I don't. I didn't
You
lose any
you
light
did
in
you
my
didn't, but
eyes.
thanks.
Well, I mean, again, like, what do you ever do? Like, how do you know? I don't take financial advice from broke people. You've been rich. I've been rich three times.
I
So
don't know
I
what
ain't
the
gonna
fuck
take
you're
your
saying.
financial
I don't know
advice.
what that has to do with anything we're
I
talking
know a
about.
lot of people do that. It's funny how
We're
I got all the
talking on
awards, though, right?
YouTube, buddy. We're talking on
Well,
YouTube, buddy.
people pay to hear me talk on stage. It's all right. I'm not stressing. You stressing? I'm
I'm not
fine. I'm
stressing
answering
at
your
all,
questions.
brother.
I'm being myself. It's fine.
I've got
I have
zero answers to
no anger
the
or frustration.
questions I ask. But okay.
No, good. I can hear you. I hear you. I've been
Thank you.
hearing you the whole time. Thank you.
Louis,
Yes.
Louis. So some
I
people are
never answered
saying,
to Lewis on the first try. Can you call? Hey, can you do me a favor and call me anything else? If people's like got such little dick energy that they can't just call somebody by a self-identified name, okay, fine. But call me something else, please. Call me asshole. At least it's honest. Anything else, it's fine. I'm a professor. Call me professor. I'm a professor. Call me professor. It's fine.
Professor, Professor,
Anything. Yeah, just don't slave name me, please.
Professor. People are saying that you folded up Zig. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
Hey, I need your lawyer, Louis. Your lawyer here is
There's
asking
my
for
motherfucker, Misha.
pictures,
Uh,
pictures
I
of
love
his
you, Misha.
bum. The
I love
bum.
you, Misha.
I love you too, man.
That's the only
Your lawyer's
authentic
asking for some
fucking person on that
pictures
stream.
of Mr. Zig's left
Thanks a lot, Bob.
buttock for the trial. We're
Uh,
gonna
Zig's not here as usual, so
he's
I
not
can't.
here.
I won't argue
Aw.
against him. He, we saw in front of 200 of our closest friends saw whether two tours of Afghanistan trumps 4 decades in the project, and we got our answer to that, and I didn't hurt him because I always said for 3 years I don't want to hurt you. Stop threatening me. Now he knows. He's left me alone, so I don't have nothing against him.
What was the fight about? It was an older
So,
man that he wanted
so it was
something.
Andra's. Yes, it was Andra's wedding reception, which
It,
Andra is
no
beloved
way
here. She's
at a
Andra's
wedding.
beloved here. She does so much service. Like she's this. I would do anything Andra asked me to do. I trust her indefinitely. So it's her wedding reception, and it's at the range. Everybody knows if you throw the first punch at the range, it's everybody's job to put your ass down and stop it, right?
Yeah.
So
Hey, love you,
he
Carlos. I'm
punched
out, brother.
he punched an elderly man who was in line for a hamburger at Andre's wedding reception at the range. That's what he did.
So I heard the story right.
And
it was over a hamburger. Wow.
It wasn't over a hamburger. If you watch Zig's live stream from the Ponderosa, which I didn't know existed, right? He kicks that guy out. It's like an older guy. He kicks him out for no good reason. You can see he's like a bully and stuff. Now, what's funny is there's one live stream missing, the one where he asked me to leave because he looks like such a sucker. He won't put that up. He took it down because I was just like, why don't you walk me all the way out? Come on, why don't you walk me all the way out, though? You know, I'll leave my weapon here. You can walk me out. You can bring yours like that. That's whatever. He punched somebody. Waterboy was right there. Bill was right there. If I was doing the wrong thing, believe me, they don't have no fucking problem telling me. I was thanked for it because it was the right thing to do, and I didn't hurt him. His friends were like, "Thank you for not hurting him. Thank you for showing restraint. Thank you for letting him out of that hold." And he sat there for the next 2 hours like a scolded child. Didn't give me a dirty look. Didn't say a bad word. And I didn't bother him either. That's all I ever wanted from him. Ignore me and I'll ignore you. I've spent less than 20 minutes with Zig in 6 years. He hates me because girls say no. A girl said no to him and was happier than she's ever been on a leash a month later with me. I mean, it's not my fault. But where's Zig now? Oh, he's gone. No, that's why I'm calling the bodies in, because I won't leave these people. That's why. And yeah, I hang out with the bad kids. So what? Like I said, so did Jesus. They need love too. And they're not even bad kids. Like, you have Jose Sanders on your stream. He's a much more terrible person than Domino. Y'all talking mess on Domino, and have Jose up there who's openly was supporting a pedophile who robbed people not only of their money but of their supplies. He could have killed people. Jose Sanders. And you're like, I kicked him out because he's disrespectful. You should have not let him on because he's a monster. Domino is not a monster.
I mean, I didn't know anything any of the situations that you're telling me right now. I didn't know any of that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm a professor. I appreciate when people do their homework.
Carlos, come on.
But I understand you didn't know, but you don't know about Domino.
All this.
Professor.
Misha, there's so much cool stuff I need to show you, man. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, man. Look, hey, if I was going to go there now, is there some sort of bunker or something? Because I bet I could live underground in that kind of heat, right?
I told you that we keep the pilots to keep the riffraff out. We got 3 ACs here, a generator, 3 different neighborhoods, each of them about a half mile in circumference. We got a pool that fits 20 people, and there's a berm around it, and it's not accessible through the normal means. You got to be invited here.
So if I bring my cat, that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yes, I have a cat. I have a cat, and she's a little baby, and she loves it.
Oh, this is so much better news than what I was hearing.
I know. I'm sorry that I didn't recognize you for what you were.
Like
and
this Mad Mac dude saying, "Hey, you get here, I'm gonna teach you some lessons." He's telling me. He
watched us on YouTube. He came to the canal. He stayed on the canal. He ain't part of the community. He doesn't do anything. I'm not hating on him. He don't even live in the slabs. Like, what did he do? We don't see him at the range. I don't see him at any of the important stuff. People are not calling Mad Mac and saying, "Hey, somebody died." Call Mad Mac. Mad Mac. How many times has Mad Mac done CPR in the slabs? Because I've done it 6 times. 5 of them lived, and the 6th one I held while he died. And that's on my YouTube channel, the last one. 2 people this week, 2 families this week in the slabs. The first thing they said when they found their dead loved one was called Daddy. And I like being that guy.
Yeah, it's good to be the daddy of the place.
There's nothing wrong with it. We got Mama D, Mama Leo, all these mommies, and that's okay. You try to be a positive male force, and all of a sudden you're a pervert. You know what perverts don't do? Write Daddy's house in 10-foot letters on their trailer. They call themselves Jonathan, and they go to church.
Yeah, it wasn't very. The things that I was getting, it wasn't very spiritual. It seemed kind of mean, and I wasn't sure if he was joking. Like it's a kind of thing that everyone's just joking
Mad
around.
Mac has a gas guzzling car in great condition and drives it with 3 empty seats every single day.
Every single day.
And he can explain to his God why he does that. I don't even have to like him. I told this to Carlos before. I don't even have to like you. If I see you walking on 120-degree air, I'm like, don't fuck around, get in the car. I'm watching you, don't steal nothing. You know? Because I don't want to have to pass that person dead on the side of the road on the way home.
Yeah.
And know that I did nothing about it.
And you're saying that's what other people do? They won't stop for seeing someone? They'll just drive by them?
I don't run to the bodies, Misha. I'm the only one who's willing to go and stay. That's why they call me, because I'm the only one who will come and stay with them. I'm the only one who will call the police and hold your hand and say, there's no reason to be afraid. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. You're about to see everyone you ever loved and lost, and I'm right behind you. And if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. And you're still a slabber and you ain't alone, and I'm going to hold your hand all the way there, you know.
Yeah. That's intense, man.
Yeah, I know. And this guy's telling me I lost my light. Yeah.
Oh, you're dead? Are you dead right now to us?
There's no such thing as death. I don't believe in it as a concept. If you want to prove me wrong, you go ahead and tell me, okay, I'm dead now, and I'll wait. Okay? Beyond your experience.
Yeah.
No such thing as death.
Transfer to somebody else. They just won't recognize you each time.
Everybody's scared of this whole big, scary afterlife. I'm going to be erased. Let me tell you something. Death is not darkness. Death is not crushing. Death is not suffocating. Death is not exclusion from the world. Everybody's scared of this big, scary afterlife. But wait a minute. Look behind you. What about your before life? Isn't that just as vast and infinite? Isn't that where you came from? And wait a minute. Your overlife and afterlife and before life overlap mine. So it's subjective, isn't it? It should just be one word and people would stop being afraid. My friends right now miss me dearly in Tokyo, Japan. They probably cry for me sometimes. Am I dead there? Did it hurt in 1776 when you weren't alive? Were you dead? No, I'm not dead in 2050 either. It's an illusion.
You have family in Japan?
No, I worked in Japan for a long time. It turns out they love robot guys in Japan. So I've done a lot of work in Japan.
Yeah. Oh shoot! I don't think robots across borders would work there.
There's a guy who still sends me $1,500 every 6 months from Japan, and we don't like each other. And I'm like, this ain't buying you nothing, asshole. Why do you keep sending me money for? And he said, well, you work for my company, and I did. I wrote an algorithm.
I can't hear nothing, dude. What's going on with you guys?
When I was in Japan, I wrote an algorithm for a factory that does one single thing. It spits out a single name once a month. That name is the saddest person in the place. They call them in and they give a raise because there are 2 of them in the factory. So I spit out one name per month and I say, this is the most person with the lowest sentiment analysis, the saddest person on your factory floor. And that's why the guy sends me $1,500 every 6 months.
We can't hear you, fool.
I ain't a fool. I got a MasterCard.
Chicano, welcome to the stream. Johnny Hashbrown, welcome to the stream. Also, do you guys have any questions?
Johnny Hashbrown, what's up, homie? What's up, Johnny Hashbrown?
What's up, bro?
I admire Johnny Hashbrown.
I had the pleasure of meeting you at the Slab.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember. With Waterboy.
I know. I listen to a lot of your streams too. I just started listening. I really like Johnny Hashbrown. You know why? He's the 1 in 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000 who watched it on YouTube, showed up his ass here, got out his car, and shook a hand and said, "What you about?" You know.
Hell yeah.
So. Yeah, Johnny, you're welcome anytime, man.
Oh man, thank you. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you so much. Slab City is my.
Thank you for not driving past with your windows up.
I'm sorry, man. I can't hear anything, dude.
There, but
that guy's handicapped. He can't hear you talk at the same time.
No se oye nada.
You can't hear me?
Hey, does someone have like a television or something in the background?
It's Chicano, Steve. Chicano has a television in the background.
Oh, you might want to turn that's the thing that's doing all the making it so we can't hear what's going on. I think you.
I think you turned on the TV already.
How you been, Louis?
Louis,
are you there, man?
I think he's having internet.
I got
issues.
everything full
okay.
blast, dude, and I can't hear nothing.
And
No one.
who's our other guest, Carlos?
We have Misha, we have Chicano Steve, and Louis is on, but I think his internet is lagging right now.
Yeah. All right. That. Yeah. Internet service, right, at the slabs is weak, right?
Can you bring Daddy's
What's
headphones, please?
Internet service at the slabs is it?
Yeah.
It's
They're
a
in
sketchy
my bed.
thing.
Well, every time I was at the slabs, I used my phone service.
My bad, fool.
So it's still, you get bars out there.
I got at the most, I think
Leave
I
the
got like
chickens
2
alone,
or 3,
fool.
3 bars if I was lucky at the most. I don't get like the best reception, but I do get some bars there.
All right. So
where are you at right now?
Huh?
Where are you streaming from right now?
I'm streaming from in front of the Rouse in this parking lot where they.
No, but I meant like what city?
Oh, Santa Barbara.
Oh, you're in Santa Barbara. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I've been planning to go to the slabs for like the longest time.
Oh, you want to go there?
Yeah. I've been planning to go, and then lately I was getting all this kind of trolling and stuff.
Yeah.
And people telling me that if I go there, they're going to be doing something to me, and I'm like, I don't know. In this heat, like, do I really want to go out there and get involved with this right now?
Let me ask you something. Are you traveling alone?
I'd be traveling with just a cat. Yeah. And that's the only thing I worry about is if like my car breaks down in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
I'll be okay to like kind of survive through it. But this cat, like, what would I do? You know? So that's why I want to make sure that the car
it does
makes
get
it.
hot there.
Yeah, it's like extremely hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and you know, as far as your safety, I think that it all just really depends on the type of person you are and how you project yourself and how people perceive you. And, you know, based on that, you could be completely fine. But yet you still have to watch like your personal belongings and stuff like that, like constantly. That's the one thing I could not get over.
I think I'm not used to that for where I'm living. We don't think about stuff like that. We leave our car open, you know.
Yeah.
We're out but if I go to a big city, I get always like, wow, you know, I lose things. So I was planning to come with practically nothing. So I have nothing except my phone kind of thing. That would be the only thing I'd worry about.
Right.
You know, and not come with a bunch of equipment and you know, like the good cello and stuff. But I was thinking of bringing the electric cello. And if I'm just holding on to the cello, the cat, you know, and my phone.
Yeah.
I don't see what's going to happen unless they're going to break into the car.
Well, I mean, if you watch your car, you should be fine. Like if you're just, you know, you lock it up and, you know, I really never had problems with my car. And I was using, well, this time around I wasn't, but the time before that, when I had my truck, I was using my truck for slab cab, which is something you could probably do if you know.
Like the lift, like it's the lift of the slabs kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you don't go through them, right? It's just a private.
Well, it's funny because what it is you have certain prices depending on how far you take them. Like if you go to Brawley or if you go to El Centro or whatever, and they have certain, I want to say like brackets of like pricing or whatever. They don't do like, some people try to do it by the hour, but I don't know if they get hired or not. I did it kind of like, okay, I'll charge you $15 to Brawley, you know, and a lot of people would hit me up for that. You know, but I don't know, man. You might. I mean, when I was living in my car, I don't know what your situation is per se, but like when I was living in my car, dude, was the slabs was kind of like a good option, bro. You know.
Right on.
Slabs was kind of like a good option. Yeah.
Yeah, because the last time I tried to do one of these trips, I was finding out I was getting cops telling me to move wherever I would stop, just to like I'm gonna just sleep in the car, and they'd be coming around being like, "No, just move along, man."
Yeah.
And so this time I was hoping like to be more like secure about where I'm parked and where I'm staying. At least in the heat,
I always hit up like 24-hour shopping centers, like where they have like a 24 Fitness or a Denny's, or like sometimes Safeways are 24 hours, and I would hit those up, and you should not have a problem sleeping in those. But if you're like out on the street anywhere, like you
just
might
park.
you might get the knock, and then they'll knock on your window, and the policeman will be like, "Hey, you can't stay here," and then you gotta move, which is annoying as fuck because it usually happens when you're like dead asleep.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean it happened to me a couple times.
Right?
It sucks. Yeah, I mean it happened to me a couple times. It sucks.
Hey, wait a minute. You're Lord Creedon, right? Lord?
Yeah,
What's
I'm
that?
Lord Creedon. No,
You're Lord Creedon, brother. You?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, man? Damn, I didn't even recognize you, brother.
Yeah, I got this.
I'm over here doing some other shit, right?
I've been doing the whole day just being like, Chicano Steve said I look like a gangbanger from the 90s.
You see it that way? Oh, man.
Yeah, and I'm planning to come down into LA, Chicano Steve. So I hope you'll show me around if I'm down there.
Dude, I'm over here in Watts right now, man. Yeah, anytime you want, brother. Come.
Right on.
Yeah, come over here.
When I was driving
whenever you want, let me know.
When I was driving for Lyft, I went in there, and the guy I had this one ride, and I'm driving through Watts, and I'm going, "Hey, this is actually pretty cool. I could probably live in this neighborhood." And the dude just started laughing. He said, "I can live in this neighborhood. You can't live in this neighborhood." I was like, "Well, I was like, I think I could get people to like me. Isn't it that? Like, if you get into the neighborhood and you get people to like you, and then they go, well, just don't bother this guy, right? He's okay. He's new to the neighborhood kind of thing." But the guy was just saying, no, just drive me here, let me go, and then drive your Lyft out of Watts and, into another neighborhood.
Hey, is that the Karate Kid bandana you got going on right there?
It's got all these punk bands. Some fan sent it to me. I was using it when I was impersonating Slab City Jack. I did a character, Scratch City Jack, and I was using it to cover my face. He has this thing with the sunglasses and the hat. Yeah. But now someone said, no, it's supposed to be worn like this. And so, it's my second day of sobriety. So I'm like taking the hair back. I did
second
my
day
laundry.
of sobriety.
I just did my laundry here. I'm going to take
what do you mean second day of sobriety?
Huh?
Hey, what do you mean second day of sobriety?
I'm being sober once again. When I was first doing this channel, before my daughter came and kind of triggered me and we triggered each other, I'd made it up to 296 days of this sobriety. And now I'm starting all over again, day 2. I haven't slept all last night.
Sobriety
Johnny
from what?
One of you were talking about that, right? Where it's going to take like 3 or 4 days where you just don't sleep and you just...
Yeah. So for me, I'm taking I was taking psychiatric medication. Now I stopped taking my meds. But there's one medication I can't stop taking, which is the Seroquel, because if I don't take the Seroquel at night, I literally will not sleep. Like I'm wired the whole night.
That's what's happening here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys should try magnesium. That's a sleep. It's a natural sleep therapy that vitamin or mineral or whatever it is. It helps you go to sleep.
I could probably find it at the Ralph's here, right?
Yeah, it's a magnesium.
I'm gonna go
Magnesium
in.
and
Yeah, I'm
also
gonna go in and grab that, and then
melatonin works
I'll
too.
talk to you tomorrow and say let you know if it's
But
working.
I think that magnesium is the healthier option from melatonin.
Yeah,
I'd use both. You know, it's a natural occurring substance, the melatonin. But I mean, whatever you do, you know, just try it. Cause me, I've tried, man. I've tried to kick the damn Seroquel, and I can't, dude. Like I can't. So now, especially not now, because I'm training for like 2 jobs, and so I really need to sleep.
you gotta
And
get
so,
sleep. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But once I'm like settled in and like I'm confident to where I know how to, you know, do my job from the day to day and whatever, like, um, just whatever that entails. And I feel more like I've got a handle on things, then maybe I'll try to like maybe take half a pill instead of the full pill or whatever. I'll try to weed off it, but
Right, it's just dosing down little by little. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. You know, I'm not a doctor, but it makes sense to me, you know, because like I said, my body's already kind of dependent on that fucking Seroquel, and then and I need to get my rest, otherwise I'll be a zombie the next day, you know.
yeah.
Being
That-
being on the phone doesn't help with that light that the phone emits. That
Yeah.
that that stops. What I know is that stops the production of melatonin, like that white light that the phone emits, or the laptop or the television.
Yeah.
yeah, the
Uh,
television. I was falling asleep to the TV, and they were going, "Nah, it's bad, man."
yeah,
There's some
that's
glow. Yeah.
supposedly that stops the production of melatonin in your body. So
Right.
that's why you can't go to sleep if you're on the phone.
All right.
But sometimes it's not the phone, dude. Like I'll be tossing and turning, and I'll have the phone actually off charging,
Hmm.
and like I'll try and I'll close my eyes and I'll, you know, try to relax, and I'll do like breathing exercises, and literally I'm just tossing and turning and thinking of all kinds of shit. Like,
Your mind, right? It's just like
yeah,
spinning.
it's
It spins.
it's my mind. It's going like it's like fucking thinking of all kinds of different shit, and I
Hey,
can't.
cheat.
Oh,
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry about that.
oh
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
like
good.
you're it's like you're thinking of everything. Like if you don't think about it, you feel like you have to, right? These things, like instead of just like letting them go to another time. This is my own personal thing. I'm like, no, I gotta. Since I can't sleep, then I gotta just think these things through and all these scenarios, and you go through all this, little mini movies in your head, and
Yeah,
what
right.
if I had done this instead, and
They are. They're
old
definitely
nightmares.
they're definitely scenarios. They keep me awake, and I'm just going through different possibilities of outcomes, and you know what ifs and all kinds of different things that like at the time I can't do anything about anyway. You know, I'm supposed to be going to sleep,
Yeah.
but but yeah, man. And then what I'll eventually do is I'll get up. Like the times that I've tried it, I'll get up and I'll like, you know, I'll smoke some herb, and then I'll try to go to sleep, and then that might not work, so I'll just like play some chess, and I'll try to get my mind off of sleeping,
Hold
and
on,
I'll
you're
find.
playing chess. Who with who? You'll do like a computer chess thing,
So
or
I
you?
I play online versus like, you know, people.
Oh, right on. What
Yeah.
what's an online address? I want to check that out. I wanted to get back into chess.
So the one I recommend, the one I've been playing since like 2012 or something like that, is called chess.com. And
Chess.com.
you uh-huh, and you can get the app, um you know, on your phone through iOS or like Android or whatever you got. and or you could use it through your internet browser on your computer. And what you do is you like challenge people. You have 5 minute game options, which is 5 minute a piece. So you have 5 minutes, and your opponent has 5 minutes,
Oh, to
and then you
think,
got what's that?
like when you got the counter, in
The clock.
next to you,
Yeah,
and you finished your move and you hit it, and then the other person.
exactly. So
So it's
you're on an automatic chess clock. So as soon as the game starts, your 5 minutes start. You know.
And then is there one where you can just take as much time as you want?
Yeah, there's 10-minute games, there's 15-minute games, and there's 30-minute games, and there's actually day games, which means that you make a move, you make one move per day. Each
Oh,
each person
whoa.
makes one, which is pretty cool too, because you wake up and you're playing with someone and you're on move like 20, and you can only make one move that whole day, and then the next day is a different move depending on what your opponent made, as a move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a Woody Allen story. It's back in the days when they're doing it like by mail. So it's going to take 3 weeks before you get the other person's reply about the move. And in this story, at one point, you just got one person going, I noticed that you said you took my queen in move so-and-so, but you forgot that it was impossible because I'd already taken your rook,
Right.
And then the person writes back 3 weeks later, oh no, dude, what rook are you talking about? I took that from you, and they're all like complaining about, they're saying that, no way, man, I already took that piece from you. You can't get me with your queen. I already took it from you in this other move. And then that's just how it ends. It's just like, it's a whole year it takes them to like get through this chess game.
Oh my God.
Just to be like, are you sure? Do you remember that you moved from G5 to do this, at G7,
Yeah.
and my horse was there and here? Oh, it's just hilarious.
I heard that there is more than 6 billion. Holy crap! I heard that there's what is that?
There's like a ghost in the machine. Yeah.
Oh, homeboy.
I heard that there's
What's going on
about
with you, man?
6 billion
Ain't
possibilities
nobody
in
here.
the first 10 moves in
Whoa.
Nah.
chess.
Like possibilities. Yeah.
Yeah. So
We'll
in
go
the
see who's
first
in
10
there.
It makes
moves,
it
there's like
awesome.
there's like
Yeah.
6 billion possibilities. Look it up.
Hey, who is Chicano talking to? Is he talking to you, Johnny?
I have no idea,
Chicano,
man.
you turn. What's up, Poos? Oh, it's a homeboy right here from the railroad tracks. We're gonna make a big ass fire right now. What's up, Poos?
At the railroad.
Anybody in here?
Kind of weird. At
Chicana
freaking.
Steve and
At-
Carlos,
Hey, wait,
I had
watch.
some
I'll show you right now.
tacos at a taco. They were
Come on, man. You guys
excellent.
don't want to smoke?
$3
bro.
tacos.
The
I
tacos?
just had.
Tacos
Speaking
with
of
hot
tacos, bro,
peppers.
I had
It's
the
just,
most amazing tacos tonight, dude. They were
they make you feel good.
spectacular. I
Yeah.
gotta
Ain't
make a
nobody.
video
Ain't
one of
nobody
these
in there, bro.
Chica.
Is he in some other live stream? Is
Hey,
Chicano
somebody
Steve
left.
like
Somebody left some food
he's
right
like
there, though.
talking to some other people in another live stream?
No, he's talking to his buddies.
Yeah, he's not even. Yeah, he's like in a different conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? It's a different live stream altogether, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, but so what's the situation right now, Creighton? Are you living in your car?
No, I'm living in this. I live in a low-income housing place,
Okay.
and I got swatted just a couple days ago, and
No
they took
way.
a look around my place, and they told me a thing that I'd never heard about. It's called adult protection. You've got, child protection services,
Yeah.
and they told me, they said, if you want it, and I was like, yeah, I got these trolls telling me that they're going to kill me if I show up at the slabs. I do want this adult protection. But then they started saying, yeah, dude, we can get you a refrigerator. We can get you. They were so helpful. It's the first time that I've seen like a bunch of cops show up. They were the sheriffs, right?
hold on.
And
Let,
one
let
of
me
the
get
dudes,
let,
they were just
let me
like,
get let me
brother.
get this straight. Let me get this straight though.
Yeah.
So they swatted your house.
Yeah.
And then they started offering you refrigerators and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's a long story. It's on there. I actually recorded the whole thing. But what happened is I did a video
Okay.
saying that I was going to go to Don Henley's house because I was pissed off that my video got blocked.
Okay, do you know who Don Henley is, Johnny Hash Brown?
No, I have no idea.
He's from the Eagles.
Okay.
In YouTube, it's a known fact amongst the musicians that if you even sing Stairway to Heaven, not Stairway to Heaven, Hotel California.
Yeah.
In my case, when I tried to show someone how to play the solo on the cello, didn't sound anything like it. But the machine just goes, whoa, Hotel California, you are blocked. And they just take your video like hardcore. And there's
Wait.
big musicians who have gone to court
video?
to be like, YouTube can't do that. And here I passed it. I made it so that Hotel California was not taken down or blocked, which must have been a surprise to them. And then I was saying that if they take it down, I know where Don Henley lives, and he's going to get a visit from the Lord. Now these policemen show up, and they're like, what did you mean by that? He's going to get a visit from the Lord. And I was saying, the Lord up above, Jesus. Someday we're all going to get a visit like that, brother. And then they realized, that my whole thing, they're like, oh, it's a movie. I had to tell them, no, dudes, that was all just a movie. But YouTube, this is the first time I've had people call in through a live stream. Like I think Slab City News did it once. And it was always like a Slab Cityan that would call in and say that they were a concerned citizen and that they were afraid that I was going to go hurt someone, like an active shooter and this kind of stuff. And so this time it was actual YouTube, they said, that contacted them and said, whoa, there's this video that they couldn't even take down. That's the whole thing. They couldn't block it. And I was saying these things like, I'm going to go to Don Henley's house because I'm upset that he's blocking all my friends' videos over this YouTube. And they don't have a telephone number, right? That hasn't been working for 4 years. And it's a thing. And they showed up at my door, man, 12 sheriffs to the T. Like, to the T, they were ready to, do anything. They said, we did our homework on you. We did this pre-opt thing. They were like, in today's day, you were saying you're really mad at YouTube, aren't you? And I was going, dudes, it's a movie. And they go, oh, it's a movie. And then they go, well, that people can, be upset by watching that. And I was going, I always say it's satire and parody. It's the only thing that you can pass on YouTube. You can give misinformation about the COVID, and they won't do anything about it if it's satire and parody. But if the people watching it don't understand that it's satire and parody and go, the dude's going to Don Henley's house, oh my God, we got to save him. So they kept asking me, they're like, you sure you don't know where he lives? And I'm like, no, but I just know he's in town. And that if we ever run into each other, I'm going to be like, Don, why'd you do it? And they're like old men now, the Eagles. It's a really ridiculous thing. But the cops were like worried for me. And then they went searching for guns, right? All this sort of stuff. And then they finally
let me ask you this. Are you having a problem with somebody at the Slabs right now or no?
Yeah, well, they're like bullying me. They had me take down. I was doing these videos about the LGBTQ. I was just like, all right, there's a gang of people who will at least accept me for who I am, right? And they're just like, you sicko, you chomo, if you get anywhere near here, I'm going to show you, And I didn't believe them because I don't think they're in the Slabs, these particular trolls. But the last Mad Mac video he did, he's like, there's this dude from Santa Barbara. If he shows up, I can't wait till he shows up here at the Slabs. I'm going to take care of him. He's always like going to be fighting me. And he says he has this really positive channel. He's telling all these other people, I'm so positive. I'm being sober for 16 years. And then he does this real, I want to get the dude. He's so crazy, right? He's just, that's all they know what to call me is crazy. And he keeps saying that he has a mental illness, like myself. I think that's unfair. I don't think we should call each other crazy if we're both the same, right? And
it cancels out.
Joke. I did a joke where I had
bro.
Louis
You cracked me up, bro. Look, honestly, that word in particular, I own it.
Which one?
Oh, fuck yeah. I own that word. Me, I'm crazy. I'm
crazy.
Crazy. You know, nice to meet you. I have no problem with it, you know. So I understand what you're saying, though. You know, we should be sensitive to each other's condition. But at the same time,
because he never talks about it. My thing is like, I'm always talking about it. Oh, I'm manic today. Oh, the psychiatrist said this. Yeah. He's always just saying, he said the last thing, that's what pissed me off. He said, I'm really depressed. I'm disappointed. I'm going to get off of YouTube for a couple days. That's what I do. And then the very next day he's uploading and he's going, oh, you know, I said all that, but I don't mean it. Yeah. Then he changed his age. He was 55 when he got his birthday this last time. Yeah. And on this thing that he was attacking me, he's suddenly 50 years old. So I send him back. I'm like, dude, I'm 58. How do I possibly look the way I do? And you look the way you do. And he's saying that he's 16 years sober. I said, I don't want to be 16 years sober. If like I'm 8 years older than you, and you see, I don't know if you've seen him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I haven't. But you know, I just want to say, bro, I think that I really do think that you are you're a shoo-in for the slabs, bro. I think that you would really fit in there. Honestly, because look, I'll tell you from my experience, and me, I'll just talk about myself. Me, yeah, I know I have mental issues, right? But the way I'm handling my mental issues is basically I'm creating a stable life for myself to where I can feel confident that I'm, you know, economically stable and socially stable and emotionally stable, and I'm going to try to keep that going for a while. You know, to where I feel comfortable and I feel content at least, you know, because I think I'm always going to have some sort of underlying depression. You know, I've been dealing with it my whole life. And
it doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't really go away. And I don't want to take pills for it. I'm okay with, you know, smoking weed, you know, and trying to use that as a means of like trying to, you know, pacify my emotions whenever I'm too antsy or I'm too anxious or I'm too nervous or I'm whatever's going on with me, because sometimes I'll have these mental breakdowns, you know. But
they're prescribing mushrooms now.
People are prescribing mushrooms. I actually have taken mushrooms recreationally, and they do seem to work. There's some kind of, I feel some type of release when I take the mushrooms, to where some of my emotions are, in a sense, they're processed. They've been processed through this chemical. And I don't know exactly how that works or anything like that, but I just know that the next day I'm feeling some type of like emotional relief from the mushroom. But I don't know. I've never really been too much of a mushroom guy. Like I've taken them probably 5 times my whole life. Yeah. And what I'm really interested in, and I've had also a handful of times, is LSD. And the time I took that, bro, I was crying. I was like emotional, and it was beautiful. Like, you know, it was because I have a difficult time crying, and I have a difficult time just sometimes being empathetic with people. You know, I tend to be kind of a dick sometimes, you know, and
because you're hard on yourself too, right?
Because I'm hard on myself. Yeah, I'm hard on myself and I'm hard on people. So if I see that people are like, I don't know, at a different, I don't know, man, I like poking people's buttons, bro. And I know
We're the
I know
same, man. That's why I'm in so much trouble. I was
I
just
know,
poking
and
them
I know I'm a
and
dick
saying,
for
let's
it,
see what happens. But I
but
was
it's
like,
almost
whoa, I
like,
wasn't expecting that, you know?
yeah, exactly. But it's almost like I'm trying to find a common ground with these people, but I'm going about it the wrong way. You know what I mean? I'm just
Because
too.
it's like you're speaking a different language, it turns
Yeah,
out. Like
yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense to you, but they're like listening and taking it a total different way. And they're
Oh,
like,
they're
really? Is that what you
pissed.
mean? And you're like, you ever been in a situation like a bar with a bunch of people who are too drunk and you're just saying something like in a joking way and they're like, what? Do you know what I mean? And you're like, hold on. And they're kind of like zombied out and there's nothing you can tell them. They're
Yeah,
just like, you can't even be like, all right, dude, let's forget it. Let me buy you a drink. They're
yeah.
just they want to harm you for some reason.
Well, it's because sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And a lot of times I've found out that if you're clever enough to say things to where people don't really take offense to it, but they're still getting what you really wanted to tell them, then you're better off that way. But sometimes we're so creative in the way we say things that it can come off as like an insult or like
Sarcastic is what's been
or
happening in my time.
sarcastic,
Yeah.
or like you're making fun of people, or like like it's funny because it makes me laugh at the same time, but at the same time it's kind of sad and like bittersweet because I wish they really would just get what I'm saying,
Yeah. It would just be more fun for everyone, if it's that.
Yeah,
I did a video where I was just saying, whoa, in that heat, I think everyone should be calling Imperial County right now and telling them, dude, there's 8 people who just went to the hospital. They could at least, I know that the cooling things are shut down, but I was just saying in totally honest way, seriously, I said they should be able to send out those buses with the clean air, blah, 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 with air conditioning, send out a whole bunch and let people just get on this bus and chill, for the day. And it was Angie, Angie, my so-called Slab City life. She's usually cool. She goes, oh, I really love your humor. It's very, refreshing. And I was going, I was being totally serious. And she's like, oh, well, it's just the way you say things. It always comes off as being sarcastic.
and this is why I think you'd be a shoe-in for the slabs, is because people like you and me, bro, like me, I felt different my whole life, bro. Different than everybody else.
Yeah.
But when you go to the slabs, you're gonna feel like people understand you, bro. And you're gonna be like,
Wow.
I had no idea it feels this way to be understood. And that's, I think, part of the magic that the slabs has, is that you can find a lot of commonality with these people. I mean, most of the people there have some type of underlying psychological or even some psych issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because it's almost like we do speak the same language, and you can, like, I can understand people at the slabs more than probably outsiders understand people at the slabs, because I see a lot of myself in those people. And that's why I think you would fit in real well. Like, okay, I'll tell you off the bat, because I've been in and out of like therapy my whole life. I can tell you right now, you can probably qualify as schizophrenic. I'll tell you this right now. I tell you to your face right now, man.
Well, I'm bipolar. It's
Yeah,
my daughter who's schizophrenic. I'm bipolar.
I see it in you too, bro. I see it in you too.
I don't want to go there. I told the doctors, I said, I'll take the bipolar. I'm not going for the schizophrenia. No way.
Look, man, you know what? At the end of the day, look, if you own it, you can grow and you can leave it behind. But if you never own it, dude, it could be something that is still a part of you, whether you like it or not. So that's why.
Hey, Johnny,
So,
I have a question for you. So you were diagnosed with schizophrenia, right?
So my diagnoses were as follows. I was diagnosed manic, depressive, bipolar, schizophrenic.
That's my daughter. I'm just
Yeah.
manic depressive bipolar is what they gave me.
Well,
ADHD.
I don't think you want to look at the schizophrenic part, but let me tell you, my friend, in my opinion, I'm not a doctor or anything, but there
But I
might
do
be,
got,
because
but I
look,
do got plenty of experience.
I've got plenty of experience, and yes, and
I'm
I'll tell you this,
firing my
a
strength.
lot of these mental issues overlap each other, bro.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
So
And they never really know. I mean, when they diagnose you, they're not really in your head. They can't really
well,
diagnose correctly.
yeah, if you don't give them enough information, they're not going to diagnose you correctly. But if
Right.
you're really like,
Yeah.
I'm dead honest with people. You know,
Yeah.
like people ask me, have you hurt people? You know, and I'm like, yeah, and how do you feel about that? And I'm like this and like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm very
Right.
open. Like when people are evaluating me, I'm not like, oh shit, I'm gonna hide this or I'm gonna hide that. Like I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind because it's an evaluation. And I figure they probably seen people way worse than my mental condition. So for me to admit to like, yeah, I've been violent in the past, I don't think is a really big deal. I shouldn't be hiding from it. But some people do. Some people shy away and they don't say like everything they really feel or think, and then they get misdiagnosed or whatever, or it just takes longer for them to finally.
It just takes longer. That's what happens.
Yeah.
My daughter's thing is she becomes catatonic. See, my thing is I just become manic, so I can get things done. Nobody knows. Her thing was she's like me. She usually talks really fast and she's all like speeded up.
Yeah.
But when she got here, she stopped talking. She was staring at a wall. It was like a totally different person. And it happened like really quick because she just didn't want to take her meds. My thing is like, give it to me. Whatever, if a doctor gives me, like, if it's gonna fix it, do it.
Well,
and there's other people who they don't like whatever it was doing. So
okay,
I got into this thing where I was sneaking her meds through the soup I was making for her and stuff.
Yeah.
And we turned it into this movie. She said, all right, Dad, if like in a couple days, if I get all just, catatonic, you're free to film me. And that's where I was still getting problems with these trolls, because I filmed her and they were going, oh man, he's abusing her. He's sticking the camera in her face. And she was looking at the camera, looking at their comments and going, no, he's not doing that. He's
you
not.
gotta,
I agreed to it.
You gotta
But
know,
in her
gotta
case,
know something about slab people, bro. And the truth is that the people in the slabs know how to push your buttons. I can tell you from experience.
Wow,
they know how to push your buttons. So if they see any kind of opportunity of weakness or of possible weakness, they're gonna take it, bro. They're gonna accuse you of being a chomo. They've accused me of being a chomo.
I'm not one to get. I'm usually just laughing it off, and somehow they would get me where I'd be like throwing the phone, just being like, getting mad at YouTube, being, I want YouTube to be taking these people down. Where's the phone number? Look, they're on my screen.
That's the manic in you, bro. That's the manic in you. Yeah. See, I'm manic too, but the way I'm manic is like 3 months ago, I was living in the States, and now I'm in Mexico with 2 jobs and an apartment. That's my form of manic. I just take these drastic ass on the dime decisions.
Yeah.
And then I have to live with them essentially. And then, who knows? There could be another manic episode in 2 or 3 months, and I could be in freaking the Philippines. I'm emotionally unstable. I hope that's not my case. I got a job, and I'm trying to really stabilize myself through routine and through responsibility. Hopefully that'll work.
John, I have a question for you.
What's that?
So so we have mental disabilities, mental illnesses, right?
Yeah.
So when when does somebody take that idea or that reality of mental illness
Hmm.
and make it into an excuse to act a certain way that is not right or that is not orderly?
I've seen it. I've seen it. I don't think that's my case, but I have seen it in other people. When I was in the mental hospital for 2 weeks, you know, you see grown individuals just throwing these 2-year-old tantrums, you know, and you know that they know that what they're doing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know,
You
but
can tell. I guess you can tell like when it's a show.
you can tell, and people, even the rest of us, you know, when somebody's acting all crazy, the rest of us are looking at each other like, "Psh, what a drama
Right.
person,"
Right.
right?
Right.
So we all know we're not dumb, but I think that certain people do use their mental illness to an advantage. In my case, for example, I think that I use my mental illness not so much as an excuse, but more as a learning, like a personal, like almost spiritual learning opportunity for myself, to where I have all these options. You know, I can use pharmaceuticals. I can, you know, I can smoke weed or not. I can choose
Right.
to not smoke weed. Really, I don't drink, you know, and even though I've been in Mexico and I know how to get whatever I want here, I haven't done any LSD or any coke or anything. So I've been trying to stay as straight.
Where in Mexico are you? First,
I'm in
just
central Mexico. I'm in really like the most central state, I think, is Aguascalientes. So it's dead in the middle of the whole country is where I'm at.
you know where that is, Carlos?
I've never been there, but isn't that like near Sinaloa?
It's southeast of Sinaloa. Sinaloa is northwest. So I'm still even deeper than Sinaloa, you know.
So is this desert or is there an ocean?
It's semi-desertic weather, which means we have some what's it called? We have some vegetation when it's not summertime. When it's summertime, everything dries up, but when it's like the rest of the year, it rains, and so you get to see some vegetation. There's, you know, birds chirping. We have mountains. Um, we've got I don't know what it's called. Un ojo de agua. It's like a hot spring, like a natural hot spring, and or a few hot springs. That's where the name Aguascalientes comes from. It's translates to hot waters.
So there's a lot of volcanic activity out there.
I don't think it's volcanic. I don't think we have a volcano nearby, but we have like underground,
Well, there has to
like,
be. There has to be volcanic activity.
I don't think it's like right here, you know, and I don't know if any of the mountains have it. You know, there is mountains surrounding Aguascalientes, but in the like the rest of it is valley, you know.
Mira, dice el volcán Aguascalientes, también llamado Simbad, es un volcán ubicado en la región Antofagasta. Ah, está en Chile ese, it's in Chile. Never mind.
I'm not sure if they have volcanoes here, but they do have natural hot springs here, and they have what's really cool about Aguascalientes is that once a year they have the state or the national fair, like, you know, the biggest Mexican fair of the whole country. Like, it's huge. Like, it's the biggest fair in the country. It's huge.
Oh, that's cool.
And they usually have they'll highlight one of the countries. They'll have like a special like country that they'll invite and have like folkloric dances. I think last year it was Spain, so they had. I didn't catch the last one, but they had a bunch of like flamenco dancers I heard, and a bunch of like Spanish music and a bunch of Spanish food like paella and all kinds of different Spanish things or something. And the year I was here like 10 years ago, they had Italy. So they had like Italian dancing and Italian, like, so it's pretty cool. Every year it's a different country that they have over. And there's people go nuts during that season. It's like 2 weeks of party, and you know, people from all over Mexico come over, and people are like trying to party and get pregnant and do all kinds of things, man.
Hey, what
It's
is that
crazy.
festival called? Hey, what is that festival called?
La Feria de San Marcos.
Oh, interesting.
And when
Okay.
and when is it?
It is actually when they say, I think, was it October? I'm not sure. I have to check. Oh no, it's March. It's in March. Yeah.
Well, you got time before that's going to be your content, man.
Bro, you know what I'm doing is I'm working out as much as I can, because when that season comes along, like they're people, they lose their mind, bro. Like the women, they're in groups, and they're all like, you know, they're all looking all nice, and they're trying to get attention, and they're trying to hang out.
You got to be in shape for this. All right.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to like catch a date, or you know, just meet people or whatever. And so I'm looking forward to that. For next year, dude. I'm gonna get ready for that, you know.
Right on.
Yeah,
So
man.
what are the jobs? You said you're working 2 jobs?
Yeah, so I'm a bilingual interpreter from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. and I work from home.
Awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I have my setup here, computers and everything.
Wow, 2 monitors. You're doing it totally pro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the company gives us the equipment, and then
Right
we just tune in and do our thing. But and then in the evening from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., I'm an English teacher.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I go
That's
to a
why
school.
you went. That was a good reason. See, that's when a manic episode took you to exactly to a good thing. Right?
You know what? I actually feel good about my decision. It's weird because, like I said, I'm a little more stable now. Like before, I was living in my car, I wasn't working, I was on welfare, just like depressed. And now it feels like I'm working, I'm able to pay my bills, I'm able to pay my rent. Now I'm like, I got students, you know, people are saying, "Hey teacher, I got a question," you know, and I'm over there like, "Yeah, go ahead, shoot." You know what I mean? I'm feeling like the man.
Yeah.
And being a teacher is really cool, man, because you know, you're the center of attention, first of all. So, you know, you get to run the class however you want and come up with the activities that you want and come up with the examples that you want. And, you know, it's just, you have so much freedom, dude. And you're really like changing people's lives. Like I have people saying, "Oh, I never understood the difference between I am and I do." And I'm like, all right, well, the structure is I am, and then like a description. And then, or if you're asking about actions, you know, like, do you eat, do you dance, do you like whatever, then you have to use do. And then like I break it down to them and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, this is the first time I understand the difference." Because before that they'll go, "I am do dancing," and I'm like, "No, you can't do nothing. You either do or you are," you know. And so
either do or you don't.
Yeah. You know, so, but it's cool, man. I like it. And then I had actually a student ask me out today, bro. A 19-year-old student asked me out today. She's like, "Teacher, you want to go to the movies?" And I'm like, I think you might be a little too young for me.
in Mexico, it's not like that, right? It's kind of like in France and Europe, where that 19-year-old, that's adult. They've been an adult.
She's an adult, yeah. She's an adult, man. But she's, you know, she's got that naive personality to where she doesn't know what the hell she's getting into. And I know enough about myself to know that I'm not going to intentionally hurt her. But you know, I know I'm an asshole, and you know, at the same time. So I don't want to have that responsibility of like going through the drama of whatever it can be. You know what I'm saying? So,
and they
but
usually
it's
don't
like,
understand. Once you get to that point where you're like, and they're like, they've never seen anything like this. It can scare them.
well, for
They
them,
don't want
look,
to do
man,
that.
in the States, I'm fucking less than scum, bro. Like, no girl wants to date me. And
And in
over here,
Mexico, you're exotic. You're an
I'm
exotic creature.
exotic, bro. I'm an American. I'm a commodity. You know what I
Right.
mean? I speak English. I got green eyes. I
Hey,
grew up in the
gringo.
States. Yeah,
Hey, I want to
so
marry
for
that
them, it's
gringo.
like, oh, here's this
Papers.
American cat. Yeah,
Papers.
right?
Oh
Legalization.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
The
oh,
green
and then I
card.
get that. You know
That
what?
hey, that's my ticket to the American dream, mama.
Yeah, you know, that reminds me. I've been asked already. So if you have a kid here, will they be born American? They asked me that. I
Oh,
was like,
oh,
yes, they would. You know,
ah,
but it's like, anyway. But the point is like, I have something to look forward to at a day-to-day basis. You know, I wake up and I take a shower and I shave and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go give my class. You know what I mean? And that, being needed, bro. I've come to find out, whether you have a mental illness or not, just the feeling of somebody needing you for something, I think, is very important.
it
You know
takes
what
you
I
out of
mean?
yourself. You know what I mean? You're no longer just in yourself. You're helping them, and it's like,
Yes.
yeah,
You're serving people. You're
yeah,
serving
It gives you
people.
purpose. It gives you purpose.
It gives
yeah.
you purpose, bro. And then if you're just living for yourself and just to get high and like you don't want to do anything in life, you know, like it just becomes a depressive, like vicious cycle, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just a drag, bro. It's a drag. And I can tell you by experience, you know, not being productive makes you feel useless, honestly, you know. So I try to stay away from that. And, you know, that's why I got 2 jobs. Here, it's funny. In the United States, Mexicans work like 2 or 3 jobs, bro. And here, Mexicans only work 1 job. And like people are asking me, why do you have 2 jobs? I'm like, well, they're not tough, you know. Translating is really easy. And then the teaching is really fun. So I feel like I'm not working. Like I look forward to it. I'm just fucking burnt out. I feel like I don't sleep. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't do like, see, the way my thing works, it's I'm manic for 4 days and then depressed for 3 days. And so
Oh, really?
if there's any class that's happening on a depressed day, I'm like calling in going, hey, I can't make it. And you get
Yeah.
into so much trouble. And you can't really explain it and be like, hey, can we reschedule on a day where I'll be manic and be able to do the job? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it was like that. I mean, that's why I've always liked being my own boss, because, you know, you kind of work at your own mental pace. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I think what I would say is just find something that you really like to do, and then it just doesn't seem like you're working. And so
yeah, that's
your mental.
the dream, man. When your work is like, everyone in my family, they do stuff that it's not a job to them. You
Right.
know? And they've always been happy.
You know
for
what?
me, it was always like, I try to do their same jobs, and it becomes an effort for me to be like a teacher, like you're saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't really fun. I don't like to be on the spot. I don't like to deal with all the kids all at once, and I have to pump myself up to be like, all right, it's a show each time. All right, I'm being.
It is a show. It is a show.
And it's hard to do when you're depressed. You're just like, oh, why? No way. I'm not even, gonna go in.
I think that
but any job, I mean, you got to put on another face, and you can. It doesn't matter where you're working at. Is you got to put on a show. You got to put on a smile.
If there's a job where there's no people involved, Do you know what I mean?
Like a
I
security
think that
guard?
when something inspires you, bro, when something
Yeah.
truly inspires you, time flies. Like you're not even you're in that moment, but you're not dreading the time, right? And so I think that if you're able to get into this almost meditative state to where you're not thinking of your problems, you're not thinking of the stress, it doesn't stress you out, it doesn't overwhelm you, then I think that it's a good fit for you. You know, for me, like teaching, I feel like I really get zoned out. Like I think of a million different type of explanations I could give, or a million different type of examples or explanations or definitions or drawings. Like sometimes I'll draw the word out, or sometimes
Right.
I'll be like a mime and I'll use hand signals and stuff to explain things. Like I really try to get as creative as possible. And I'm not thinking of my ex-wife at all. I'm not thinking, oh, I miss my kids. You know what I mean? At that moment, like
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
puts me in a state to where I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I feel accomplished. I feel needed. I feel accomplished. I feel good about myself, man. And really, I think I really am getting to that place where I'm happy doing what I do. The translation thing could get a little bit draining sometimes because sometimes I'm calling people and reminding them about their appointment, like their medic appointments and stuff like that, and then it can get a little bit stressful because sometimes they can't hear me on the other end, and so I
So
have
it's
to like
harder for them to
explain.
even understand
Yeah,
anything, right?
or like my Spanish is Mexican Spanish, and I'm calling Miami, and their Spanish is from Cuba,
Oh,
and there's
wow.
like a little bit of a culture difference where like they're talking really fast with a thick accent, and I'm talking, kind of slow and just it's just
Wait,
different.
So okay, so you have a translating job where you're translating actual conversations like
So
on the
my
spot.
no, well, my position is a bilingual interpreter associate. That's my actual
Okay.
title. But right now, the campaign that we're on, because they'll probably at some point switch our campaign to like something else. But right now, what we're doing is we're calling people in Miami. And then if they answer in English, we're greeting them in English and saying, hey, I'm calling from CCMC. I'm just reminding you of your appointment on Friday. Would you like to confirm this appointment? And if they answer in Spanish, then I'm saying it in Spanish. I'm either confirming, rescheduling appointments, or canceling appointments. And then, I enter the notes in the computer and I close the case, and then I move on to the next case. And that's what I do in the morning. But it's like, you'll have people with like these really thick Cuban accents, and I'm like trying to understand them, and they have a hard time hearing me and understanding me, and like it's just kind of a funny situation sometimes, but I don't mind it too much. It's just talking.
You're pretty eloquent. That's the thing I noticed with you throughout this whole time that I've met you. You're always on these streams, like talking very eloquently, and it's not.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's always pretty clear.
Thank you. Well, I try, and I have fantasized about being a poet and a writer and all these other things, but um, I try to be eloquent, man. Sometimes I'm stuck thinking in Spanish, and I'll either mumble or whatnot. But I appreciate the compliment.
Is Spanish like French, where things are in reverse?
Yes.
And so do you have to dream? Do you dream sometimes just in Spanish? Do you know what I mean? And then there's certain words that you can't really translate. It's only like a Mexican
Yeah.
Spanish phrase, right? It won't work in English and vice versa, right?
Right. And actually, a lot of things are like that, man. Like, if you say, like, okay, a lot of things are literal in English and they're not literal in Spanish. Like, for example, in Spanish, you would say, I have 39 years old, right?
Right.
But you can't, that doesn't work in English because you have the verb to be, which is to either be or what's it called? Or it's because in Spanish there's two concepts. It's ser y estar, which is basically there's two different types of being in Spanish. So it's all crazy, man. And then you add the whole thing where like in Spanish there are only 5 vowel sounds. A, I, E, I, O, U. Those are the only vowel sounds that there are in Spanish. And in English there are 25 vowel sounds, right? So, you know, it's hard to it's tricky, bro. You know, you have to start
Yeah.
with the structure. Then you gotta slowly implement some vocabulary. Then you have to have them practice. A lot of them don't want to practice. You know, they're like, "Oh, I'm not saying it right, and I don't want to participate." So it's like pulling teeth. But I like it, man. At the end of the day, I make them smile and they're cracking up and they make me crack up. Sometimes you hear funny things, like I was doing a skit where, you know, I put 4 chairs together and I said it was a car. And I said, okay, you guys are a family. And then you know, you're saying, okay, hurry up, honey, come on, let's get in the car, right? And then the girl, instead of saying honey, she said harney. Like it sounded like horny.
Horny. Yeah.
It was just so funny, bro. And like just these like crazy moments that happen, and you know, you crack up and then you explain, oh yeah, you weren't saying honey, you were saying horny, and like then you gotta explain the difference between honey and horny. And like, I don't know, it's just
Yeah, that could just go on.
it's pretty funny, man.
What is the thing with the question mark in front of a word? The upside down question mark.
Yeah, that's just Spanish grammar, bro. I mean that's the way they formulate a question is they'll put because you know why they do it like that? It's because in English, if you want to say something as a positive, you go I am tall, right? And the only way you know it's a question is you switch the subject and the verb to be and you go am I tall? So all you did was you switched the I am tall to the am I tall, and then it becomes a question. In Spanish, you don't have you don't switch the structure of the sentence to have it be a question, and so you don't know whether it's a question or not. So you really do need a question mark at the beginning of the question because you won't know it's a question, you know, otherwise because the structure hasn't changed. You know, it's the way you ask it. Like for example, soy alto is the affirmative, or and the question would be soy alto. The only thing that changed was an intonation. So you do need, since the structure hasn't changed and it sounds almost the same, the only thing that changed was the intonation. Then you do need a question mark in the beginning of the
Oh, we
question.
got it. It'll tell you it's just explaining ahead of time how to say the rest of the phrase.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. That's the first time I've understood it. You understand? Since high school. Yeah, they were good in high school teaching us our languages. It was like
Yeah.
French. I learned French in high school, and when I got to France, they spoke a totally different way, and it was all
Oh
like
yeah.
street slang and stuff. But I couldn't learn in school. But the minute I was living there and I had no choice but to just go do life and get things done and like pick up the language in a year, man, I picked up the language.
No way.
Yeah, it's just like kids. You know, you bring a kid from one place to another, they're like in a month, you know what I mean, playing with the other kids, speaking
I'm
the
sorry.
language.
I'm sorry. I was reading one of the comments, and I thought it was kind of funny.
He's laughing at us. You see this
no,
guy?
no. I was reading one of the comments.
Yeah. We'll read it. Share it to us.
Yeah.
Share this with us.
Terry says, vote for Professor Daddy. He can't tell you anything about how to make your. Oh my god! I thought that was funny, but he can't tell you anything about how to make your ears bleed. I think he's saying that because he talks a lot.
Who,
Louis?
Daddy?
So you see these comments. It's like you're doing this eloquent thing, It's awesome. And the person comments like, oh my God, I'm going to go kill myself. He's too creative. He's talking about stuff. These are like great students. You just want a whole group of these students right now. And they're just looking at you. You think you're something special, do you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's explaining the language. Oh boy.
But
Yeah.
you know what's funny is that when you expose yourself, you automatically get haters, bro. It's just
Yeah,
it
I
comes
guess.
with the territory, you know. And it's like everything, you know, in life. You come across a group of people. Some people are gonna like you. Some people are gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Same thing online. Some people you're gonna come across to some people as pretty cool, and to other people you're gonna come across as a piece of shit. And you automatically know that it's their own self-projection because they don't know enough about you to really judge you, but they think they know enough about you because they've seen your face online.
Yeah.
And so it becomes this game to where they start like trying to you know, become trollish and annoying and stuff and trying to get a rise out of you. And the beginning I would always like react to it, and now it's like, you know what, man, it's getting
Yeah.
so old. At least
Yeah.
I have the balls to show my face and to like, you know, improvise on the fly, to where you guys have all the time in the world
Yeah.
to sit there and think of some crazy comment, you know, just because you have nothing to do. You got
I
less of
think I think that leaving negative comments and even when you're talking smack, well, I think there's a difference, right? Because there's different situations when people act a certain way that brings out a certain reaction from other people. Like if somebody's acting a fool, right? But when somebody's just trying to do something and people leave negative comments, in that particular situation, I think that the action of leaving a negative comment, that at least to me, that is draining. I think that like when you take your time to just hate on somebody, you're like that just takes too much energy from me. At least for me.
To do the hating part. To
Right,
like,
exactly. Like
yeah.
just to
Yeah.
hate, like just to talk smack with no, I mean, because somebody, I mean, because I think that constructive criticism, and I think that criticism, I think sometimes is good, you know, because maybe I don't know, like maybe we're doing something wrong, you know, but
Right,
to
but
just
not the ear bleed part, right? I mean, if you sit back from what I've been watching, that particular comment, if that's what the person thought, it just sounds like they're bored. They should go to
right.
a different live stream, to one
No, I
where,
mean,
why go to live streams
well, I mean,
to
they're
hate
listening.
someone?
I mean, they're listening to us. I mean, they're listening to us, so
But
I'm
I
okay.
think if they're
I'm okay
really
with it.
that
Yeah.
impassioned to be part of the discourse, they should get on too. Show their face. Let's hear their voice instead of a lot of times, like what I was seeing yesterday, Carlos, at that LGBTQ
Yeah.
that you did.
Yeah.
It was awesome. There were 8 people who were just totally fine and giving thumbs up or asking interesting questions.
Yeah.
And then there were these 2 people who were just saying things like Floridian style, TikTok style, just saying, you're sick, leave our children alone, we don't
Yeah.
want you teaching. And I was like responding back to them, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it was getting so annoying. And
but
it's
bro,
someone
that's
else's show.
the
It's
thing.
like the guy was still talking, you know what I mean? And they're like writing, so they're not listening. And they were sending out these cliches, like you hear, it's like they cut and paste someone else's diss. And it
Yeah.
was almost, I couldn't figure it out. I was thinking, well, maybe that's part of the game. Like maybe they're thinking like we do that. We got 8 people who are going to be okay, and then 2 people are going to be taking the other person's side, the against, like a debate of
Yeah.
sorts. But I found it pretty annoying, and I was going, well, why don't they just go to a different platform and
So
get in a conversation where it'll be more positive
so
than just like,
my my point of view, on that is that people that troll, people that hate, they're sometimes they're your biggest fans. You know, they just watch you all the time to talk smack. You know, sometimes you need them. You know, like you know, like sometimes they're the ones that are gonna be watching you. You know, so
well, that was what was funny. The one who I was going, you must be a Floridian. I don't want to be hearing this, right? I was like, are you quoting Pink Floyd with this leave our kids alone and everything? And then at the end of that stream, you're like, okay, I'm shutting it off. And one of the ones who I was like writing, like, dude, we have nothing in common. He writes, all right, Lord Crichton, I can't wait to meet up with you. I'm trying to get money together to come visit you, Lord Crichton. Like, and I was like, wait a minute. So it might be what you're saying. It was like, oh, they're actually fans. They like that you're talking down to them, you know? And then in the end, I didn't mean all that. I love the LGBTQ just like everyone else. I didn't mean he was a clown. I couldn't find the emoji. I couldn't find the clown emoji, so I wrote clown. I'm sorry. And I wrote.
I think that the it's a mutual thing, right? Because you need your haters, right? Yeah. But actually, the haters actually need you too, and I think that's why they keep watching, is because something about you challenges them, and people, they like challenges, bro, because they're in a sense they're figuring themselves out through just this different angle that you're presenting to them that so challenges them. And so they're looking at this crazy reflection of themselves that they don't like and that they've never seen before. And it's almost, it can get addicting, and I think that's why they're still there. That's why they're hating, and that's why they're trying to
I've never heard it that way. See, you're seeing the other side from where my mind, goes into,
So there's people.
You're just saying, like,
So right now, there's people talking smack about Lewis, right? And
he's not in the room.
I know he's not in the room, but
you can only do it when the person's in the room.
Yeah, I know, but they're still talking smack about him. They're still talking. But my point is this: is that Lewis, I guess, is such a fascinating individual that people, that's why people are talking smack about him.
Talks, man. It's so like story form.
Well, it's like I said, something about Lewis challenges them, and so the only thing they could think of is to attack Lewis, to attack his character, to attack his person, and it almost makes it feel to them like it's tipping the balance more evenly, so to speak, and that's why they can't stop talking smack. If they didn't need to talk smack, they simply just wouldn't. But something about Lewis inspires them to challenge Lewis, because they feel challenged, and so that's why they're still on here and Lewis is not, because they feel the necessity to get this energy out that Lewis inspires in them,
He said the greatest thing when they were trying to get some gossip, and they're like, "What's this story? You're harboring, criminals." And he was like, "Jesus was hanging out with the criminals." I thought that was an excellent answer. What was the last, Carlos? There was another comment before this one. I can't read them; it's so small. Can you read whatever that one was before?
Okay. So let me read it from here. Terry says, "I am one of Daddy's robots telling it all." Okay. Tasha Teeling says, "Crichton, that was you." I don't know what she was referring to.
Oh, Tasha Teeling, yeah, she was on yesterday, right?
I'm not sure. I think I don't know. I wasn't too focused on the chat. High Desert 004 says, "Who's this guy?" I don't know who he's referring to. KD says, "I was when he was here." Sergio Anchondo says, "For the record, I love and appreciate people that open up, such as you three. because I see a little bit of me in yours.
Oh,
Tasha says,
man.
big time Lewis supporter here. Julio Hur says, Sergio Anchondo, I agree. KD says, okay, got the projection defense, but maybe rewind this stream and hear Luis's words.
Yeah, I came in the middle. I didn't hear what was going on. And the sound was so odd that I wasn't able to hear everything that was going on.
Yeah, I couldn't really understand Luis either. I just heard that he called me this genuine or something like that. Ungenuine or
genuine.
This genuine. That's what he called me. Okay. Sergio Anchondo says, thank you very much. I never stop sharing the love. Terry says he keeps putting his hard drive in my software, trying to make more bots. Okay.
They're going to do that. The bots and the AIs are going to be everywhere. You don't trust them. Don't trust them with your animals.
Tasha says, Carlos don't remember when big time YouTube celebrities like me come by his chat. No, just yesterday I was too focused. Yesterday's conversation, it was a really sensitive topic, so I was trying to participate my best in the conversation.
Tasha Teeling is one of the first Slab City-esque channels.
Celebrities
that I
Slab City celebrities. Met. Terry says, I want to see more daddy meltdowns on girlfriend leaving him. Oh my god.
Oh man. It's the gossip.
See, look, it's funny because the way they word it, is like this equation for like humor, right? But actually I support Lewis, man, and shout out to him, and big respects to him.
Yeah, what happened? Why did he leave? Was it just a disconnection?
Who knows, bro? His phone could have died.
It's hard to get. Yeah, it seems like he had something happened with his phone.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that we're gonna do it again.
Yeah. Your interviews have been getting good, Carlos.
Because I'm gonna put this one
getting a flow. You're getting a definite flow.
Nice. Today has been kind of like a dragging day, so I wasn't expecting to come online. So I wasn't really, whenever he came on, like I wasn't really too excited. But a good thing that Tyler came on and then you guys came on too. So I was actually about to go to sleep, so I was kind of
you pulled it off.
Well, I mean, Tyler came in and he started asking me questions, so that helped me. So, and then he asked him about his identity as being daddy, and then he got upset at me because I called him Lewis.
Oh, that's what that was. I wasn't understanding what he's like. You can call me another name. You don't have to, it's like looking for a fight there, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why he got off, because he was.
I called him Lewis.
I actually called him Lewis too, man.
Right?
Oh, you did?
That's why he left, probably then.
But I mean, he shouldn't be getting all triggered, man. He's a tough guy,
Well, you know what, dude? Like I said, man.
Güey, el vato vive en el desierto, güey. Like, el vato está perrón, güey. You know what I mean? To be getting upset over that kind of stuff. Because
I know, dude, but at the same time, it's it's more of, it's not so much he can't take it. It's more of the respect thing, and it's like I didn't really know that Lewis bothered him as a name, and my bad for saying Lewis.
Hey, but what about my feelings?
Everybody's feelings are valid, bro. Everybody's feelings. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying your feelings are not valid. All I'm saying is, like, if Lewis has a problem with him being called Lewis, then we should probably respect it,
Yeah.
He might have been joking because,
No, he wasn't joking.
In my story, I was.
No, he wasn't joking. He wasn't joking.
I was going Louis, and he didn't seem to be upset about this. And I'd always say, hey, I'm mispronouncing your name on purpose so that, people online don't know who I'm talking about. So he might have been, because he sounded like he was throwing out some, like, what are you talking about? It seemed like he was just trying to, it seemed like a show. I thought he was just putting on a good show.
If I ever get back into cartooning, you're definitely gonna do Daddy's voice there, Creighton.
Oh, the Daddy's voice. All right. I'll have to work on it, man. There's a
No, the way you said it right now was perfect, bro. Let's just go with that.
No, he's quite a cool character. And,
you know what, bro? I think there's a lot of cool characters in the Slabs, bro. You know, you have Slab City Jack, which is a definitely cool character. You know,
yeah.
I met him a couple times. We sat down, smoked some weed together a couple times. I met his dogs, and I met actually Maggie May before Maggie May died, which is one of her daughters. Was one of her daughters.
Yeah. I followed.
And
is he still out there? Because I haven't seen much about him.
So he's trying to move out of the Slabs, man. As far as I know, you know, I may be wrong, but this is the information that trickled down to me. Who knows if he'll ever be able to leave or if he is serious about leaving or whatnot. But, you know, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, for me, it's like he is one of those characters that defines Slab City. So it's going to be hard for me to see him leave Slab City because it's almost like he's just as part of Slab City as the Salvation Mountain. You know what I mean? In my mind, just like a lot of people there, you know, like you have Waterboy there, you got Mojo, you have these like people that have been there for such a long time that do so much for the community and influence the community in so many ways that it's hard to imagine the Slabs without them, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, and even Daddy or whatever, you know, even him, like I met him a couple times and he's iconic too and very controversial. Like, man, there's controversy surrounding this guy. I think this guy farts and there's just array of controversy all over. You know what I mean? He can't help it. You know what I'm saying? And, but there's a lot of cool people there. And there's a lot of people that you go, man, I'm so glad to get away from, man. Like, you know, I don't want to name any names, but the last time I was there, I met an individual that was just not the most pleasant human being I've ever met. And, you know, he, let's just say he pushed all my buttons, man.
All the wrong buttons.
All the wrong buttons. And actually, he almost pushed the worst button, you know. Yeah, I was very close, but.
Well, I always mentioned there was a certain time when there were people dueling. I'm just going to say, and I saw a video of you. I didn't recognize you and you were like mad and you were saying what you were going to do and all these things. And I actually fell asleep to your stream. That's
my rant
going in my mind. I'm like, dude,
you had a dream about him.
Is he?
You had a dream about him.
Is he making fun of me? And then I'm like, why is this so peaceful? But I've never seen you like that. And it was such a long, rant, but a good one. I didn't know what the whole story was, but it was just all the things you were saying I'd never heard come out of your mouth. And I was so like, because I got an anger management issue. It's part of the thing I'm trying to be sober of. You see, I got this sober thing going. Once I'm sober, I don't usually go that direction. Yeah. But when I get a little bit, under the influence of something, I'm like a dog, and you can't stop me. And I'll just be talking and I'll go to sleep dreaming about that, pulling the eyes out of someone's head, and it's so, like, do I really? So
that's where
that?
So that's where the schizophrenia comes in, man. I mean, these thoughts and the way you're processing these thoughts is like kind of the same way. It's like you're two different people, and I can relate to this, man. And that's the only reason I'm calling you out on it is because I'm like this, essentially. But when I get angry, dude, like I flip out, bro. Like, and the only times I really, really do get angry is when my character's being attacked, or when my respect is missing, or when I feel like somebody's deliberately singling me out, which was the case, you know, in the video. Is I felt like somebody was targeting me. I felt like I was being singled out. I felt like I was they were trying to blackball me. They were just trying to and that's what people do. That's what, see, these people, the people that either live in the slabs or have friends in the slabs, or I don't know, these fucking trolls that I don't know where they come out of, but they're all over YouTube and they're not in person. I've never met one troll in person because they don't have the guts to be a troll in person. But you know, these people, that's what they do, is they attack everything about you. They want to they want to give you a bad name. They want to belittle you. They want to they do the worst of the worst. You know, they want to
This
destroy your reputation.
the
You know,
person who got me, I just before I forget this, said in their live stream, two other people, that I had beat up my daughter, filmed
what?
it, and used it for likes. This is, I'm gonna use his name, Mad Mac. This is the person who I'm like, I don't know if I want to go.
Somebody beat up your daughter and recorded it?
No, that's what he said I did. He was telling all his people that I beat up my daughter on camera and filmed it. That's a whole different thing than what I was doing with him. I was doing fiction. I was doing stuff that was funny. I said he broke his arm on purpose to go get the Percocet at the hospital. I was just saying, hey, we've done that sometimes, right? You hurt yourself so that you can go get the drugs.
Well,
That's
I've
all
never
it
done
said.
that.
It wasn't
Me
an
either.
allegation. And he returns it by going, he filmed his daughter 2 months ago. He's given it dates where she's already in France. People who are watching going, hey, it's impossible. That couldn't have happened. But you know, all the people who are watching him they just believe it. And that kind of stuff, I was like, whoa, well, it's not funny. And it never happened. You know, it's a different thing when you say something didn't happen. You say in the beginning, it's going to be fiction. I'm doing this fictional story. You're just in it.
But see,
then,
they're just trying to fuck with you, bro. They don't even care. Like, okay, they're just trying to attack you, dude. I bet you they can care less what really happened. They're just making stuff up to get to you, bro. I mean, honestly, this is what people do. They just I don't even know how to describe it, man. They have no life. Like they have no time. They have all the time in the world, and they just want to put people down. It's like they live for it. You know what I mean? And the reason why they want to put people down is because they feel so bad about themselves some kind of way. But it's like so annoying because you got to deal with these comments, and you know they catch me off guard, dude. You know, it's like I'm looking at my YouTube, I'm trying to like see, you know, because sometimes you get really cool comments and people like, you know, oh, you're cool and this and that, and then you know you come across a comment, it's like, you effing chomo, and it's like, bro,
right, whoa,
like,
where did
I'm
you get
just trying
this?
to check my YouTube here, like,
you got my
you know,
police record. How's that possible? You know?
yeah, and then that's what I tell them too. It's like, okay, my name is Jonathan Bernardillo. You guys know that, you know, public records holds nothing back. You guys can look me up. Here's my name. I got nothing to worry about. I have kids myself, but you idiots, you know, of course, are still gonna say and think the worst of me regardless. But you know, whatever. But it just comes with the territory, dude. The only way you're gonna avoid those comments is just stop showing your face and stop, you know, expressing your thoughts. That's the only way you're gonna stop it. But you know, it comes with the territory, man. And now I just don't even waste my time anymore. Now I'm just like, all right, delete. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've got no time to explain to you. You know, you're not even worth fucking explaining to. You're just this idiot from who knows where, and trying to get my attention. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go to sleep. It's 12 o'clock out here in Mexico.
Yeah,
so,
my phone is like about to overheat, and so it's dying.
All right, me too. Thanks for
What
tuning in,
was
guys.
that last comment? Leave us with what did this comment there?
Which one? That one? Sorry for my humor. It's out here. It's out there, I guess.
Oh no, man. All humor is valid. It's all subjective. And in the comedian world, nothing's off the table. So
That's right.
nothing's too early to say that. And it's just some people won't get it. But
Sluggish schizophrenia, another gaslighting tactic.
what was the first before the schizophrenia?
Darcy.
No, I was being funny. Sorry for my humor. Someone's in a Ford.
Oh, it's me.
I
You
don't know.
know that? Oh man, you're my best friend, Tasha. You
Chat
know all
always
about me.
wins. I predict Daddy will build a pyramid of wood pallets and be the next Salvation Mountain.
Highly unlikely, but cool.
Cool idea.
Very true, Johnny. Some people may seem to hate, but they just need the companionship.
That's right.
But how would you live with these people? You know what I mean? I would invite them over to my house, but if they're gonna sit there hating me all day, I'm gonna be like, dude.
Well,
I need some inspiration here. I'm not gonna be. I'm cooking for you. I got the bed all set up, and you guys are just all around going, look at the crazy cray of the Crider.
Yeah. Hey, you should invite Evan from Slab City News to dinner.
Yeah.
You gotta invite him one of these times to some interview here, Carlos.
Now he refuses.
I would love to see what this dude has got to say for himself.
Now he refuses.
He refuses. Oh, you've already asked him?
Yeah, he only wants me to come on his show. He's too he's too, what do you mean? He's too prestigious. He's too like he's on another level. Like he's a part of the elites.
What came first, Slab City News or Slab City Television? Just curious.
No, Slab City News was already there since like 2018, I think. Because he actually went to Slab City. You do know that, right? That he was in Slab City.
Lately?
No. Years ago.
Years ago. I've had trolls write to me and be like, he wasn't even in the slabs. He was living in a hotel in this other place. He could never take it.
I've seen videos of him at the slabs.
All right.
So KD says, Daddy can't be called for his YouTube channel name. How dare you? Well, I guess he should change his YouTube channel name, right? To Daddy. You should put that on that. Okay, so all right then, guys. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep too.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
Take it easy. Magnesium, you said, right?
Yeah. Buy some magnesium.
Get yourself some magnesium, bro.
It's so cool, man. You guys made my night. I was such in a, other space. So thank you for hanging out with me.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Thank you for coming on.
Anytime, brother.
Anytime, man.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in as well, whoever's watching still.
Adios, muchachos.
Peace.